Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Terry Toot, for Bite Time, and welcome to our show. Today's show will be called Packed and Potent. We'll talk about some of the tablets on the market today and the use of computerized tablets that are on the market. And we're going to talk about some of the ones I picked out today. But, ladies and gentlemen, tablets have come a long, long way. Okay, I remember my first Samsung I had. It was very expensive, but not that great. Okay, the HG was okay, but it wasn't that great. Then I went out and bought another model, but we'll get into all that. What else we got going on? Huge, big day of conference, either semifinals or final games today. So, big one I was watching last night was between Arizona and I would say fantastic game. We'll get into all that later on, ladies and gentlemen. And what else we got? Like I said, the women have already completed their conference tournaments. Congratulations to them. And like I said, we're going to talk about tablets, how important they are. Really, they are important to us. So let's come on back, have a great show, and guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to live that funk, aren't we? All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, I'm your host, Terry Toot, and this is Bite Time. Today's show will be called Packed and Potent. Yes, we're going to talk about the use of our computer tablets. Um, Before we go any further, I just want to send along my sympathy to the 6 men and women that passed away on the cargo, the fuel jet that crashed over in Iran. So, my deepest sympathy to the families and those brave younger men and women in armed forces. Godspeed with them, and once again, my deepest sympathy to them and their families. All right. What else we got going on here? Yeah, like I was saying in the intro, we're gonna talk about some of these. I rarely talk about tablets. I really, really do, but I'm gonna talk about them because we all have them. I have two of them. I have the Galaxy uh, A7 tablet. It's got 64 gigs of RAM, and I haven't even touched that. And I also have the Amazon Fire HD 8, and that's a 12th generation tablet. We'll get into all that, but I want to get into the sports real quick because this is crazy week because we have conference finals coming up, and also the tournament bids will be announced tomorrow on CBS and TNT. I think ESPN's doing the show, but they will be announced tomorrow. Definitely tomorrow. Clash Sports. Thank you for coming on. Appreciate you. I know you love this time of the year also, but we're gonna get to that real quick. So last night I watched probably one of the best games ever for a conference semifinal. It was between Arizona and Iowa State. You cannot believe how they were going back and forth in the last 3 minutes. That game was just unbelievable. And then my man Bradley did that fadeaway corner jump shot. Oh my God, that was fantastic. That's March Madness, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta give him a round of applause for that. That was a fantastic shot. I mean, they're showing all over ESPN this morning. That shot and that game was good. That was a damn good game. Okay. Duke won last night. Who cares? But they got their hands full with Virginia. I hope. What else? Tonight, matter of fact, I'm gonna do a barbecue. Okay. I'm barbecuing some food and I'm getting ready for Connecticut versus St. John's. Okay. You can't get any more Big East than Connecticut, St. John's. Come on. Everybody play against one another in the New York metropolitan area. Okay. Danny Hurley's from Jersey City, my neck of the woods. Okay. Rick Pitino's from Queens. Okay. Long Island, I think. But it's It's the mecca. If you've never been to Madison Square Garden, you have to go for. I've been to the Big East semifinal, okay? Because the final games, to get a ticket at Madison Square Garden for the Big East final game is ridiculous. Plus, the schools are allotted so many tickets too. But I've been to semifinal and it's bedlam. I'm telling you, down at the Mecca, Madison Square Garden, you got to go in your lifetime. What else we got going right now? There's a game between Yale and Cornell. I think this is for the semifinals. What it's saying? Yale's up 37-34. Then American East playoffs, we have UMBC, University of Maryland, Baltimore College, right over here. They upset Virginia a few years ago. They're winning by 1 point. Oh, Vermont just scored. It says 1918 with 6 minutes 52 seconds in the first half of that game. But like I was saying earlier, ladies and gentlemen, the conference games have been fantastic. It's like an NCAA tournament game. I mean, it really is. The games have been really good. They have been. This is what you call March Madness, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, it is unbelievably crazy. But I enjoy every minute. I used to have parties. I won't be able to do a party this year, but oh my god, ladies and gentlemen, it's fantastic because then all these big blue bloods, what they call the blue bloods, like the ACC, Big Ten, and teams like that, they they're called the blue bloods. But when they play against a little baby, okay, and they play against a team, let's say, I don't know, I can't think of a low conference team off the top of my head. It used to be Gonzaga, but now they're too big now. You get like a little, let's say Lehigh University. They beat Duke one year, and I hear you. You're a Blue Double fan. Okay, I got you. I remember one year Lehigh University, engineering school over here in Northeast Pennsylvania. They beat Duke handily. I remember that. So you got your Davian Goliaths, and it's great to watch a tournament because I like seeing that team that's a 13th seed being a 2 seed or a 16th seed being the 1 seed. It adds all the March Madness you could think of. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's great this time of the year. I'm gonna go just real quick, ladies and gentlemen. Uh, Scores last night. Yes. So Arizona, Iowa State 82-80. Michigan beats Ohio State. That is a quarterfinal. Uh, so they'll play their championship game is tomorrow if they get this if they win today. Kentucky lost to Florida 71-63. Houston beat Kansas. So Houston will play Arizona for the championship, Big 12. I can't wait for that. Okay. So I'm gonna have two TVs going on. I have to watch one on my tablet. We'll get into that, and then one on my big screen TV. So this is gonna be. This is like this. I'm like a kid with candy. After my work schedule this week, this is like the christening of all. I mean, this is like Christmas Day. That new toy. Well, guess what? That new toy is called conference tournament games. And so, Wisconsin beat Illinois, so I think that they're going to the next round. Michigan State got beat. Yes, the go green, go white. Sparty got beat by UCLA, 23-10. They're gonna get a bid. Uh, what else we got going on? So, yeah, that's the schedule right now for the Big Ten uh, and other games. But if you get a chance, ladies and gentlemen, watch the games today. I think they're going to be fantastic. Can't go wrong. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Clash. Thank you. Thank you for coming on. All right, so let's get to the nuts and bolts of this show. Okay. So we're going to talk about tablets. Okay. You're probably saying to yourself, oh, why is he talking about? Because tablets are really, really important, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Say, for instance, you're traveling. You don't want to bring your laptop because sometimes you get to the airport, it's a pain in the ass. You know, you got to take all the stuff out, the battery and everything. With your tablet, all you had to do, if you got it in the carrying case, drop it there. Okay. Okay, just drop it. Boom, you're good to go. The convenience, portability, okay, even the technology behind them are unbelievably good. Okay, and the screens, 1920 by 1080. Okay, I got some of them on here. The DPI on here. Okay, you ready for this one? The DPI on one tablet we're gonna talk about is where the hell is it? Hold on, bear with me here. See a host. This is what happens when you become a host, ladies and gentlemen. The host with the most ain't got it together here. All right, here's one. 2880 by 1920. That's unbelievable on a tablet, ladies and gentlemen. You can't get that on some TVs. This is a tablet we're talking about. Okay. That's almost too lifelike. Okay. But they're very good. You can't go wrong. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. I owned one of the I had an early Amazon tablet and it sucked. You know why? Because when you watch like a video in high definition, oh my god, it would drain the hell out of it. I had to give it away. I gave it away. I don't know who I gave it to. I just gave it away. I said, this thing sucks. So I said to myself, I said, Self, why don't you give it another chance? So I said, okay. So some years later, I bought another Amazon tablet. The battery lasts a hell of a lot more longer. And the 1920 by 1080 on the screen, unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen, unbelievable. So the battery's not getting chewed up. The battery is 10 times better. A lot of people are complaining that Jeff Bezos is building something that was crap. Okay, I expect to watch a video and it's draining the hell out of your battery so much. Okay, but now they've made corrections and listen, I can't complain. Both of my tablets, I love them. All right, so people saying, why do I need a tablet? Well, people have them for media entertainment. Little grandbaby, he comes over here. He watches a lot of videos. He don't watch TV. He watches the videos on the tablet. Okay, you can't go wrong. You go to YouTube, load the videos, and my little granddaughter, same thing. She loves her tablet, watching little cute little videos on there. Okay, you can read books on there. I got the Amazon uh, app on there, or I could read. I have a bunch of books on there. Okay, also for work. Someone's had to work when we go out of town. Guess what? You can do spreadsheets. Okay, what else you could do? You could send and receive emails. Okay, uh, you could do videos. You could do video conferencing. You can't go wrong. This is what I'm talking about, the portability and the convenience, because the laptop is huge and the screen is so much bigger. Okay, I think my screen downstairs on the Galaxy, I think that's only no more than 8 inches, and then no, I say it's about 10 inches. My Amazon Fire is only 8 inches high definition. That's perfect. A foot, 12 inches is, I'd say that's the max for a tablet. Really, yeah, it's perfect, ladies and gentlemen. You can't go wrong. I think it's a great invention. Whoever did that, and like I said, they're sitting on a mountain of money. And you know what? Whoever invented it, I'm not going to search it, but that person, it's run on Android or iOS operating system. You can't go wrong. And like I said, the convenience, you can't go wrong. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go with the best overall for productivity for tablets. And this is the Samsung Galaxy Tab S11 Ultra. Now, this comes with a big screen. This is the size of a laptop. If you look at the picture online, you'll see it. Um, it's huge, very, very big. Uh, it comes with it's a MediaTek Dimensity 9400 processor, 120 gigahertz, 120 hertz. Um, AMOLED, which is the active matrix organic light emitting diode. Basically, it's a high contrasting, energy efficient technology with the pixels that controlled by a transistor. That's perfect, right? It also emits its own light, so that's perfect for that, ladies and gentlemen. So it has a beautiful, beautiful picture on there. Okay, um, you have 16 gigs of RAM and 1 terabyte of storage, which is a lot for a tablet. Okay, And what else we have on here? 45-watt battery on there. You can get storage, whatever you want. You can get it from 256, 512, 1 terabyte. Camera, rear has 13 megapixels, 8 megapixels in the front. And the front has a 12 megapixel ultra wide. Okay. What else we got? It's running on Android OS, and connectivity is Wi-Fi 7, which is perfect, right in line with everybody else, and Bluetooth 5.4, or you can use 5G. And the models that they have are SM X930, X936B, X936N, and the X930N. And the prices range from, you ready for this, ladies and gentlemen, from $1,200 up to $1,700. You be better buying a laptop, but this is the best one that gives you your convenience with work. It looks like a laptop to begin with. You look at the picture online, it looks like a laptop. So you have the convenience of your work, needs some play, and you have other features that are on here. But that's a lot of money. It's in a 14.6-inch screen. That's big for a tablet. So, all right. So that one is the Samsung Galaxy Tab S11, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, the next one you probably heard of, some company by the name of Apple. So we got the Apple iPad Pro, ladies and gentlemen, with the M5 chip that they developed. Okay, and this also high performance tablet, also. Okay, and comes with a 3 nanometer M5 chip. Um, it's saying that it's 20% faster. Okay, supposed to be 20% faster than a regular M4 chip. Okay, it's got a 10-core graphic processor unit. That's unbelievable. It's got an OLED Ultra Retina XDR display. So OLED, those are the feature that's on the TVs on the market today. So I have a QLED TV, and that's a beautiful picture. OLED, don't forget, it's a step above the QLED, so that's a better picture. Has Wi-Fi 7 formats, and Apple Pencil Pro. They're pricey, ladies and gentlemen. It doesn't come with the tablet. All right, the pen is separate. Okay, and it comes with AI features. So display, like I said, it's OLED. It offers the XDR display, 1,000 nits, a full screen brightness from ProMotion. It runs from 10 to 100 hertz. Okay, it's a refresh on there. What else we have on the Wi-Fi 7, Bluetooth 6 via the N1 chip I was talking about, and it comes with the cellular models too. Okay, like I said, it has built-in AI, um, Apple Intelligence. Okay, where you can use AI task and 3D rendering. Okay, like I said, 12 megapixel front camera and a 12 megapixel in the rear. Okay, like I said, you can buy the accessories, the pen, and the Magic Keyboard. Don't forget the keyboards are separate, and they're not cheap either. You can get up to 2 terabyte of storage. Comes with the 16 gigs of RAM on there too. And the price range on this one runs from $1,000, 11-inch, and then 1,300 for a 13-inch. And they both come with 256 gigs of RAM. All right. Let's do this. We're gonna shuffle on down, and yeah. So now, remember, they had the Pro 7 back in the day. So they done away with that unless you find it at, let's say, Craigslist or um, a local store that's selling them real cheap. But they've gone to the Pro 11. This one has a 13-inch Pixel Sense touchscreen. And this is the one I was telling you about, the DPI. 2880 by 1920, ladies and gentlemen. That's almost like life, like I was saying earlier. Okay, 120 hertz refresh rate, so it's keeping that. There's not going to be that latency. That's excellent. All right. The processor that has Qualcomm Snapdragon processor X Plus or Elite. Qualcomm makes so much good stuff lately, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot go wrong. Cannot go wrong. Okay. Battery's good for 13 hours of life. It's got the lightweight and it's very portable. Like I said, these tablets are unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. You cannot go wrong. Nero processing unit for the Copilot is built in and AI. And like I said, you can't go wrong. Now, the price on this, ladies and gentlemen, is not cheap at all. Not cheap at all. This is going to run you between $1,000 to up to $2,100. The pros, we're going to do pros and cons real quick. The battery life is very good. High speed, excellent display. That's an excellent display. The problem is Microsoft wants the money. Okay, their keyboards are expensive. Their pens are expensive. Some software might not work with the tablet. Okay, and also it's very expensive. That's the thing. It's very, very expensive. So you have to keep that in consideration. If you are a person that's constantly on the road and you don't want to bring your laptop, and you need that portability to hold it up, keep it moving, I would say get this type of tablet because it's more made for the business person. For that kind of money, yes, I would say get that. All right, and that's really important because if you are a business person and you're on the road, there's nothing wrong with holding up the tablet and and taking it with you. It's real easy, believe it or not. Okay, Mr. Clash, thank you, Clash. Thank you for coming on again. I really appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Thank you for coming on. And are you going to be watching any of the conference games today? Like I said, their price on that tablet for Microsoft from $1,000 up to $2,100. And yeah, like I said, if you really on the go, a business type of person, I would say jump on that. Okay, but that's a lot of money. The way times are nowadays, if you have the excess cash to get that, I would say get that. But believe it or not, my tablet works like a charm, and both of them, matter of fact, can't go wrong. So, all right, let's keep it moving. The next item is, I was going to bring them up, the Google tablet, Pixel tablet. Okay, it's an 11-inch screen. Okay, once again, DPI here, 2560 by 1600. That is unbelievable. That is even better than the Microsoft one. Okay, but we'll get into it. It comes with a Tensor G2 chip that they developed. Okay, 8 gigs of RAM, and it comes with a dock. So I don't know if you've seen the advertisements at all. It looks like a round thing, and it's got this space in it. You just drop the tablet right in there. Okay, that's the docking station. Looks kind of cool. All right. You do video calls, listen to music with it. It has smart home controls with it, and like I said, it's a hub. Basically, what it is. Okay? 12 hours of battery life. You really can't go wrong. I think that's good. Okay, so with that speaker dock, okay, the tablet does. I said it works as a speaker. It has a hub mode. Okay, and that's a good feature to have. Okay, Tensor G2 chip, can't go wrong. They developed that. Android developed that. Cool guys, they developed that. So it's all the focus in the chip, and it's going to be good. Okay. Display is a 10.95-inch LCD, 500 nits brightness, and quad speakers. Boy, what I'm telling you, that hub they have. Okay. Comes with an 8-megapixel camera on both the front and rear. Also has the Google Meet auto framing. Fantastic like that. That would be perfect. If you got a particular picture that you have, just click the software button and it does automatic framing. You can't go wrong with that. Okay. Comes with software and features. Software features Material U. It comes with Chromecast. So say for instance, like on my TV downstairs, I have the Samsung feature on my tablet, right? And I can hit the Chromecast button on there. I can put that on my TV. Fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. Excellent, excellent. And that's a Samsung thing. But this right here is Google. That's great. It comes with 120 gigs to 256 storage options. Only 8 gigs of RAM. You'd like to have a little bit more of that, the RAM. I personally like a little bit more RAM. And the price range on this, which is not bad, ladies and gentlemen, from $249 to $500. You cannot go wrong. All right? And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to say goodbye. I just want to say thank you, Clash, for coming on. You know what? Let's give a round of applause to Clash. You're the best. You're the best, Clash. You're the best. Thank you for coming on. Yeah, and I appreciate everybody that comes on here. And if you know more people that want to come on and listen to my show, they are more than welcome. And I really appreciate it. I feel like I'm blessed to have people that listen to me talk technology. I try to be simple with it, and I like to throw in some sports because this is my time of the year, March Madness. So we're gonna end this show with Lighter Than Air, and I just want to say thank you again, Clash. Thank you for coming on. Blue Devils, you think the Blue Devils are gonna win? Give me a message. But I really appreciate you coming on, my friend. All right, once again, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your Saturday. If you're watching college football, basketball tournaments, hey, enjoy. But other than that, enjoy your weekend. I love you all. Take care. God bless.